Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4 with Riga and the attempt of the Terra Mariana achievement. So we are currently at war with Novgorod. Novgorod is also, or actually we are at war with Novgorod, Orloyev and Scotland. But these three forces are also at war with Muscovy. So my battle plan here is to take over Novgorod, the capital, and then besiege as many provinces as possible to further hinder the Muscovite expansion. The problem is, even though they like me right now, they probably won't like me after this war, because I'm going to take over some provinces that they would very much desire. I'm thinking about allying them, but I do want to kind of have them as my enemy, because I want to expand over in this area, but I do need some strong allies to take on Poland and Lithuania when the time has come. So I do have a claim on all of these three provinces. Maybe I should, let's send a diplomat over to Russia or Muscovy. Maybe we're going to ally Muscovy against Lithuania and Poland. That might be a thing, but we are not going to dissolve our alliance with Poland just yet. The Trade League has been disbanded from Novgorod and Orloyev, because Orloyev has been taken over by Muscovy. I kind of fear that they are going to take Köln, because I somewhat want Köln as myself. For myself. Okay, Poland has declared war against the Teutonic Order, as to be expected. That is somewhat bad, because I do want to take over most of these provinces before I attack the Livonian Order, just so that Muscovy can't take them. I think this is the only fort they have anyway, so as long as I control Novgorod, I don't think that Muscovy can take anything. And you're at war with the Teutonic Order and Livonian Order, so you're going to take over these the Teutonic Order fairly easily here. A petition for redress. Peasants typically had no voice, but they could occasionally gain access to the monarch and ask for redress. Sometimes these requests for redress would be directed at the local lord who was perceived to be violating the peasants' rights. Stepping in to override a noble's local authority was a very drastic step. I could deny the petition and get 8 peasants, a peasant revolt in the Leafland, or accept the petition, lose 10 prestige, and lose 10 loyalty. I'm going to accept because I do not want a rebellion, as I said before. A rebellion is nothing that I look forward to. Okay, he's taking over a lot of these provinces, which is bad. I'm also going to try to take most of these provinces up from the Livonian Order, but right now they are being besieged by the Polish. Let's just hope that he's not giving any of these to Lithuania, because that would be kind of bad. The siege at Novgorod should be over soon. We're going to speed this up to speed 4, because why not? I had it at speed 3 because I ended my recording, and the end record button is on the minus. Okay, we have a diplomatic technology we can unlock. We're gonna just do that. It's going to give us the shipyard, which I could build. It gives me 2 naval force limit and local shipbuilding and repair time, but I do not a reduction. But I do not want to build that just yet. I want to keep my money for when I need it desperately. The siege of Novgorod is over, so let's go and just quickly take over these provinces. I don't want him to go too far into the north, because I also kind of maybe want to take over Scandinavia. Quickly move these forces up north. He has a lot of forces everywhere. That's kind of a problem. But let's just hope that the Muscovite forces are not going to take anything after I've taken Kem. I'm going to attack the Novgorodian forces up in Kola. My forces should easily win this. Indeed. We're going to leave a siege and then go to Karelia. And also crush the forces at Kem. Good. These forces now can move back to Reval. The Muscovite forces are even helping us, which is nice to see. Novgorod is now fully under siege. And the only province, the only troops and provinces that are left are the Scottish ones, but I doubt that they are going to attack us. So now we move down here and try to take over the Livonian Order. I do not want to make peace with Novgorod just yet. Ah, god damn it. A peasant revolt in Novgorod. He killed 2,000 of my... The peasant revolt killed 2,000 of my troops. And they are also besieging Novgorod at the moment. I have to accept peace before they take over Novgorod, which is a bad thing. Okay, the Livonian Order will be forced. Okay, so I can just attack them whenever I want now, because they've made peace with Poland. I'm going to get 2 new infantry troops here. And Muscovy is fighting now, fighting the peasants now, which is also very good for me. Let's move our forces home. And fight the Livonian Order. Actually, we should probably look at how much aggressive expansion that's gonna be. Taking over Novgorod would probably be too much. But I'm gonna wait until Muscovy made peace. To see what's left. And in the meantime, I'm just going to besiege the Livonian Order. We're going to take Goldingen as the war goal. We're going to crush their forces first. Very nice. Besiege it and then go to Letgullen. Kill the rest of their forces off and besiege the fort there. Can I get military access through Lithuania, please? Thank you, because I want to go... Really? I have to get all the way around? Okay, that's bad. We're just going to send our forces over here then. We need to take the fort before I can do anything else. Even though the Livonian Order only has 2 provinces, he still has a 2 harbors. He still has an acceptable fleet. Okay, so we got a new military technology, some infantry fire and infantry shock, combat width and military tactics, and we can also build barracks now. We're losing a little bit of manpower, of course, because of the siege. I should probably... This guy... He has 1 siege point, which is good. Livonian Order... Diplomatic move. Diplomacy between nations was often affected by random factors from both sides involved. Most of the time, these factors were beyond the control of the foreign ministers involved. Appoint new diplomats or gain 10 diplomatic power and also raise the opinion that the Livonian Order has of me. Well, I'm just going to appoint new diplomats because I don't care about the opinion of the Livonian Order, to be honest. They hate me anyway. Like, they hate me a lot. The Teutonic Order is fighting bravely. I have to admit. But it has no chance against the superior forces that Poland can field. Combat-wise, the Teutonic Order is probably stronger, but he just doesn't have the forces that Poland has. This does not have a fort, which is good. Okay. We've taken over Letgallen, and now we're going to go and besiege Goldingen. We have to crush his small army that he has assembled there. Clergy political struggle. His army got defeated, we only lost 200 men. The time has come for the clergy to appoint a new leader to assist our archbishop in the capital. The likely candidate is an old cleric with a solid history as a prominent member of the clergy behind him. He has, however, also acquired many enemies during his life, who now hope to see a somewhat younger candidate with a less ugly past to be appointed. As archbishop, it would not be hard to influence this election to the younger candidate, who would likely be more loyal. To be seen to meddle in the affairs of the clergy, however, would very likely weaken the faction in the long run. Could support the younger candidate. We lose money and prestige. They lose influence, but we gain loyalty with the clergy. Or I could not meddle with the affairs of the clergy, and they just get 10 influence. I'm going to give them the 10 influence because I don't really care, and I don't want to lose money or prestige at the moment. You are still loyal to Denmark at the moment. I really have a lot of choices for allies at the moment, like Poland is still my ally. I did lose stability? I lost stability. Because my heir... Oh, okay, I lost stability because my heir died in battle. He died doing this siege, so that's why I lost stability. Otherwise, I don't think I would lose stability as a theocracy. So we're probably going to take... well, what am I going to take here? It's really nasty that we lose so much influence, so much loyalty every time. Well, wasn't my heir pretty bad anyway? Yeah, he was bad, so that's good that he died. But I kind of need prestige and devotion. So, if I'm thinking about a talented theologian here. The problem is we're going to lose loyalty with the burghers a lot. But I'm still gonna take him. Sylvester. Okay, he's decent. 2-1, that's not bad. We're going to lose 5 prestige, but the burghers are going to be loyal again. We are going to demand administrative support, 100 administrative power from the clergy. Very nice. We also need to appoint a new leader here. So let's get one of these soldiers marching out of the province. Appoint them a leader and then march them back in. The diplomat at Moscow is going to be maintained. We're going to just use our heir again, even though it's bad that we lose stability. But it could be worse anyway. We got a new technology. National ideas. We're certainly going to take them. And we have a huge surplus of diplomacy and military tech. So what's the first thing we should take as an idea group? Trade might be nice. Diplomat ideas might be nice. Influence I don't think is too... I mean, it's really nice. The state propaganda and the diplomatic influence are all nice things that I could need. And the cadet branches, more prestige yearly. But I think the first thing I want is a military idea. We could go for defensive. Defensive sadly only has like really one good perk, and that's... well, I would say 3 good perks. That's the military drill, 50% morale, which is very nice. The 10% land maintenance modifier, minus 10%, and the 10% fort maintenance and 20% fort defense modifier is also very nice. But the rest is not so awesome. It's decent, but there are certainly better things. We could take, for example, quality ideas. That's just going to make everything stronger. We get like combat ability for everything, and also some discipline. But in our current situation, I think we should go for quantity. Quantity is going to give us 50% more manpower modifier, which we need because we only have a manpower modifier, or maximum manpower of 11,000, which is fairly weak. It's not much. So I think I'm going to go for quantity as my first idea here. I mean, offensive is also very nice, but the national manpower and the manpower recovery speed is super awesome, and we also get the maintenance land maintenance modifier, and we get land attrition and land force limit modifier plus 50 if we complete these ideas. So all in all, I think this is a fairly good idea group, and we're gonna take them. I'm not accepting peace with Novgorod yet. I'm still waiting for the Muscovy forces to say no to it. I'll not say no, but to make peace. Which is going to happen at some point, I hope. How much aggressive expansion is it going to give me if I take over the whole of Livonia? Not much. Not enough that anyone would enter a coalition against me, for example, which is already good. And we're going to take your money. Just general hospital. A suggestion has been put forward to set up a general hospital to create a place where the needy would be welcomed and assisted. The public health is very important, and to offer a free midwifery course and some establishments to combat disease would increase the well-being of everyone. If this should improve the public health, then what are we waiting for? Do it. We lose 10 loyalty with the clergy, but we get national manpower modifier and recovery speed for manpower for 10 years. Or we say prayer will solve all their problems, do not waste money on that. We get 10 devotion, which I don't really understand. Why would the people be more devout towards the clergy if we say no to hospitals? I think a hospital is a fairly good idea, but we would get loyalty. But I'm gonna go with the hospital sec. That sounds like a decent idea. Of course, we need to make a generous offer now, a donation, towards the clergy. That's costing me 50 or so ducats, but we are going to make that in this war, I hope. In one of these wars. The Teutonic Order has accepted peace, ceded nearly all of its lands to Poland, which is bad because these lands are very good and I would like them for myself. I actually need them for myself. Austria has been voted for as emperor. I actually hoped for to take at least Danzig so I could enter the Empire. Being a member of the Empire would be very nice for me. I can become a member, can I? I just need a province adjacent to the Empire. So I should probably take over Schleswig if I ever declare war against Denmark. Being part of the Empire... actually, I need to move my capital over there. So it is highly unlikely that I'm going to be a member of the Empire, I think. No, you know what? If I take only these provinces, then I could become a member of the Empire. I think. It's still very unlikely. Because I also need to be a friend with the Empire, the Emperor. I'm in the same culture group as the Emperor, though, am I not? Yes, I am. That means that I have I can have a maximum development of 200 to join the Empire. We see my development right here. A blockade. We are going to... The people of Arensburg rely heavily on their port to supply the city with what it needs. But the blockade against Ösel has cut off both many luxuries and some goods they claim are necessary to run the city. The people can hardly make do with grain alone, and are turning to the Archbishop to find a solution. Divide resources to get goods delivered via land roads, or we take the war is hard on everyone, they will have to make do. Which would raise local unrest and monthly autonomy change plus 10, 0.10. Well, I'm going to just spend some administrative points on that. I do need administrative points to core all of these provinces after the war, but it's not going to be that bad, I hope. Merchant diversity. Our use of mercantilistic policies is proving frustrating for some of our merchants, causing some to defect to other countries. Muscovy made peace. That's very good. Oh, what? He couldn't take anything, because I controlled Novgorod, I think. Novgorod will... Yep. That is very good. That is very good indeed. He could not take land, because I controlled the only 4. So, we could take mercantilism is right, or a slight loosening of the policy might be the answer. I'm gonna go with the mercantilism is right. We just gain 1 mercantilism. And I'm going to take over Ingeberland and Kolm. And you will also give me all your money. And you will... I could humiliate you and war reparation? No. I do want war reparations. So don't give me money. But the humiliation and the provinces, it's going to be very nice for us. We're going to go... we're going to get... If you have at least 50%, 50 power projection, you gain +1 in every monarch point, which is very good. We're going to get that. And yeah, Muscovy of course likes me less now, because I took some provinces they liked for themselves. But if I win this war right here, then I can hopefully still ally them. It depends if they're still friendly towards me after the war. We're of course going to raise the autonomy in these provinces. And I'm going to start coring them as well. They're probably going to cause me some issues because of the rebellion. We're just going to take over all of Livonia here. And if I'm lucky, I can still make an alliance with Muscovy. Awesome. Very awesome indeed. Okay. So now I have some very strong allies. Poland, Muscovy, and Brandenburg. I'm still going to try to get Sweden as my ally. I just want everyone to be my friend. Of course, right now everyone dislikes me a little bit more because of the aggressive expansion. As you can see, especially Sweden and Novgorod and Lithuania are mad about it. Because I took some provinces in their influence, sphere of influence. They do not enjoy that. We're going to say do not maintenance the forts at the moment, because I can't really afford that. Going to send our forces back to Riga. And we're going to raise the autonomy in these provinces. And we also will need to core them. It's gonna take some time until we can core all of these provinces because of the cost and... but we're not earning that many... We're earning a lot of points monthly, but it's still gonna take some time to core all of that. Maybe I shouldn't have researched the next technology just yet. I think taking Königsberg would be a huge mistake right now. So I'm not gonna do it. So, I'm allied to 3 of the most powerful factions around at the moment, around me at least. Even though Brandenburg might not be one of the most powerful. And I'm still looking forward to ally Denmark. Sweden. They do like me, which is nice. They are friendly towards me. They would certainly accept my help in their independence. Do I have a claim on Neva? I do have a claim on that. Good. So I'm gonna say Neva is a important city for me. Muscovy wants a lot of my these territories, but I'm going to say that Ladoga is also important for me. And Klexholm. Klexholm is also of strategic importance. Do we have any missions? Improve our... nothing that I want to do right now. Actually, I could probably create a proper fleet for my nation. So let's get that and just build a bunch of trading ships. Just build 2 in every province. That's gonna be enough, and this one needs to go and protect trade in the Baltic Sea. The Baltic Sea that I, at the moment, control, which is very good. That gives me a lot of money. I actually earn 4.29 ducats in the Baltic Sea at the moment. I did not expect that, to be honest. I thought maybe that Poland or Sweden would control these, but apparently not. Why am I controlling this? Because I'm transferring trade power? My provinces are fairly strong, but the Polish have stronger trade powers. Oh, but he's collecting trade from outside of his main trade city. His main trade city, of course, is Krakow. So he's losing a lot of influence in the Baltic Sea because he's collecting there. Okay, I have some points, so let's go and core some. It's a little bit more expensive because of our war exhaustion at the moment. But I'm not gonna worry too much about that. They're certainly going to rebel in Novgorod. But you know what? I don't really care. They're going to rebel, and then they're going to move to, well, to Denmark, most likely. To take back these 2 provinces. And they are going to take care of these rebels for me. We're going to research our first idea here. Or unlock it. And that means that we now have 19,000 manpower instead of 11,000. Awesome. That's gonna help us a little bit. Next month we can go ahead and core Ingermanland. Actually, I'm not going to core Ingermanland first. I want Goldingen first. Because Ingermanland is probably going to revolt. Yeah, okay. So, high taxes and cultural and religious differences have caused unhappiness among our citizens. If this continues, it will drastically affect the stability of our nation. Ingermanland, as I said, is a problem. I could lower their taxes, which I'm probably going to do. But it's not good either. Wait, did I not increase the autonomy? I did. Oh, I lowered the taxes as well. They're still gonna rebel because they're really mad that, well, first of all, separatism, but second, they are Orthodox and I am Christian. And I don't have that much tolerance for heathens, no, for heretics. My ruler once again got challenged. That's bad. So, now we have a little bit of a problem on our hand here. And that is that we don't really have somewhere to expand. I mean, we should probably just leave it at peace for now. Because we need to core everything, the aggressive expansion needs to go down. We can send more ships to protected trade, which is nice. We have a lot of income, that is good. We could probably get an advisor, for example. And I would like to have this advisor in... Well, why don't we take the advisor in administrative and yearly inflation reduction. He's just going to reduce our inflation, hopefully enough that it doesn't matter anymore. Inflation is just raising the cost of everything. Which makes sense, it's just, that's how inflation works. Okay, so Riga already has become quite powerful. We have some strong allies. And now we're just, well, thinking where to expand next. I'm waiting also for the Swedish to finally dislike the Danish rule enough so that I can support their independence. I could attack them, of course. I have enough favor now with Poland that they would follow me into this war. But I still don't want to do that. Because the aggressive expansion is a little bit too high at the moment. And this is going to cause more aggressive expansion. I'm going to take these 2 provinces, then wage another war against Novgorod and take these 3 up there. I want to take over these. Do I really want to ally Sweden now that I think about it? I could just take over the Swedish land. Like take over Finland and then go just take over Scandinavia. Might not be wise to actually support them in their independence, I think. Well, we're certainly going to send a spy against Novgorod because I want their territories. Sooner or later. Create a proper fleet. Naval maintenance modifier and shipbuilding time. Well, shipbuilding time is not really important for us right now because, well, we just build every ship. So, every ship that we ever need at the moment. Let's also send them to protect trade in the Baltic Sea. Protect trade, Baltic Sea. Awesome. It's going to raise our income here even higher. Awesome. There is going to be a rebellion in Ingermanland, very likely. We should now start coring this province as well. Should have done that way earlier, but I just forgot. The Livonian provinces are probably going to be happy about us after we've caught most of the provinces, because the overextension is going to be gone. But we still will have a rebellion in the Novgorod lands? The lands that I do not have really under control right here. Okay, so the Teutonic Order has announced me as an rival. I'm going to announce the Teutonic Order and Denmark as a rival. The Levy. In time, many of the everyday occurrences in the life of our Archbishop and his predecessors has become the subject of ceremony. Being able to attend the bedroom of the ruler as he dresses, for instance, is considered by many to be the best way to gain the ear of the Archbishop. An elaborate court life will certainly limit the power of our nobles to plot against us in their countryside properties, but it could also prove quite expensive. Denying them the right to be part of the daily life of our Archbishop entirely, on the other hand, would also limit their influence, but the nobility would likely resent it. Let's keep it at a modest level. An elaborate and lengthy ceremony for the most influential would cost me a lot of money. It would reduce my national tax. I would get another advisor and yearly prestige for 20 years. Also, the nobility would get influence and loyalty. Or I could say we have no need for such thing. I lose prestige, loyalty and influence for the nobility. Right now we do have the money surplus, so why don't we go for an elaborate and lengthy ceremony for the most influential? Because, well, really, yearly prestige is going to be nice for us. We gained the cause, so as I said, the Livonian lands are no longer mad at us. Because we do accept their culture and all that stuff. probably one of my estates wants some territory soon. The nobility, I could ask them for military support, which I'm just gonna do. Because they were loyal enough. Yeah, they are certainly going to rebel. And I can't convert them at the moment. Because we only have +2 the base value. And they are really mad at us. Let's go, say, spare no okay, so. Improvements in land technology. Our generals are discussing the impact of some new weapons a local gunsmith has been making. They believe they can be used effectively in our armies if we get more people to work on it. Spare no expensive, we get 0.5 inflation, or 50 military power, and 50 military power, or 10 military power. Considering that I have this guy, the yearly inflation reduction advisor, I'm just going to spare no expenses. Okay, I'm going to end the episode here. I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, then consider leaving a like and a comment down below, and we will see us in the next episode. Until then, take care. Bye!